on the bottom. So what we're going to do is make a self-watering system for the chickens, and I need it out a little wider for I could fit this tube in. And we're drilling a hole in the bucket, and then we're going to drill a hole into the feed. And what we have here is some medical tubing that we're no longer using for medical purposes. And once that hole gets big enough, we're going to put the tube in, which is that big. So we have to little bits to go yet. This is the biggest bit we have currently, so this is why it's this way. Let's see, a little bit more. Not too much more going. A little tiny bit more. Let's see. Could probably fit that to make it go. Okay, so I need a hole about that size in the feed, the water container as well. Perfect. And so we need one that big for the container that actually takes the water, which is right there. I'll get it for you. Gonna move that out of your way. And then we just need one drilled in the top of that. How big is it now?
It's not right
Okay.
shape.
Okay. Beautiful. So we're going to stick the tube in there, and then we're going to use some sealant and seal it. As you can see, I have the tube fitted through the top of the hole that I just drilled in, and I'm going to show you what to do next once we get the caulking gun ready to go. So what we're doing now is we're sealing the tube inside for it won't leak out. That way it won't lose any of the precious water. Video bomber talking about shit all over herself. I don't know what she did. So what we're doing now is after we fed the tube through the bucket, we're just going to seal it up. Because I forgot to click record. And that happens sometimes. Perfect. So we're just going to show the inside of the bucket, and as you can see, the tube's in there. So now to try it out, we're going to wait a minute for it to dry, then pour water in it and see if it works. So what we're doing is we're going to test our watering system out, and it's leaking. That's not what I wanted to see. So we're going to have to reseal it and see what happens.
Well, I put all the food right here. All right there.
No, don't cock it on the inside. So now that we have it cocked, we're just going to wait a little bit and see how it goes.
Let's hope that the cocking stayed in place this time and she doesn't leak out. As you can see down there, it is starting to work, which is what we like to see.
There's a tiny little leak.
There is a tiny leak, but out on the homestead, for the most part, isn't too bad, as long as it holds up. Of course, we're going to have to come back on a drier day and reseal it.
And you have to put the cover on just to make sure that the water doesn't all the way leak out. I'm just going to grab the caulking gun and seal that up, and it should be good. Just getting rid of the leak, and as you can see now, with that caulking on it, it doesn't leak. It might not be pretty, but we don't want it to be pretty, we want it to be functional. So I'm just going to check to see if the water container filled up. As you can see, there is water in the dish now, and he's going over to drink it. And the tube is full of water, so it is working. And he is drinking his water, or she's drinking her water. It's a little bit crooked than I would want it to be, but they should be able to get a drink out of it now. So that's an idea if you want to make a bigger water capacity for them and you're tired of having to go in there. See, now I won't have to go in there to change the water out, which is good.
After tomorrow, we won't have to go into feed.
And we're going to do the same thing with the feed tomorrow.